It was perfect. Yousef sat across from me in a corner booth, pressing a bag of frozen peas against his cheekbone where a mercenary. His rifle butt had made a distinct impression. "You look like a raccoon," I said, swirling the iodine bourbon in my glass. "And you look like you haven't slept since the Nixon administration," Yousef grunted. He motioned to the waitress for another round. "So, the machine is dead? Dormant?" I corrected. "I'd put it in a coma. The logic loop is recursive. Every time it tries to calculate the perfect geometry, it hits the liar's paradox and has to start over. It's the computational equivalent of a dog chasing its own tail." Yousef took the peas off his face to take a drink, and Hockney? He was busy trying to explain to the Israeli government why he built a localized black hole generator in a heritage site. He'll be tied up in litigation for decades. "The Pythagoreans are dangerous, Yousef, but they have a weakness. They think rules apply to everyone." I pulled the cosmic codex out of my bag. It was battered now, the dust jacket torn from the scramble in the pit. I flipped to the back, past the calculus, to the section on multiversal nexuses. "We didn't win, you know," I said quietly. Yousef raised an eyebrow. We walked away. The world didn't end. "I call that a win in the W column. We bought time," I said. Hockney was trying to impose order. Styx was trying to induce chaos. We just stalled the engine. But the pressure is still building. You saw the readings. That British stranger, the Time Lord, or whatever he calls himself, he didn't intervene because he likes us. He intervened because the containment was failing. He said he liked the tea, Yousef noted. He lied. He's a mechanic, Yousef, just like me. And he knows that you can't patch a tire while the car is moving. I tapped the book. Heinlein read about the world as myth, the idea that narratives shape reality. I always thought it was a metaphor, and now I think it's physics, I said. Think about it. The CIA, the SVR, the Pythagoreans. Everyone is trying to write the script. They're trying to collapse the quantum probability wave into a single timeline that they control. Hockney wants a rigid script. Styx wants to burn the pages. And us? Yousef asked. "What are we doing?" "We're the editors," I said. "We keep the typos from crashing the printing press." A portable Wick unit, sitting on the sticky table between us, chirped. It wasn't a low battery warning. It was a proximity alert. I flipped the screen open. The sensor data from Megiddo was still streaming in, encrypted over the secure channel. The main machine was dead, yes. But something else was lighting up the spectrum. "That's not possible," I whispered. "What?" Yousef's hand drifted toward his jacket, where his cig was holstered. "The resonance," I turned the screen toward him. "Look at the waveform. It's not random. It's a carrier wave. Someone is broadcasting." "Broadcasting what? A distress signal?" "No," I adjusted the frequency filter. "A coordinate." I pulled a pen from my pocket and scribbled the numbers on a cocktail napkin. Latitude, longitude, temporal variance. "It's not coming from Megiddo," I said, looking up. "The feedback loop we created, it didn't just shut down the machine. It acted like a sonar ping. It bounced off the edge of the multiverse and hit something." "Hit what, Crease?" "Another loom," I said. "The Time Lord left them, but he didn't invent the physics. Someone built the system, Yousef, and we just rang their doorbell." Yousef finished his drink in one swallow and slammed the glass down. "Please tell me we aren't going to another archaeological dig." "Worse," I said, standing up and throwing a wad of cash on the table. "We're going to Moscow." Yousef groaned. "I hate Moscow. The vodka is watered down, and the SVR monitors the hotel showers." "Styx escaped," I reminded him. "I'm looking at these coordinates. I know exactly where she's going. The SVR has a facility under the Kremlin, the Red Archives. If Styx plugs her entropy drive into their temporal array, she won't just break a machine. She erased the Cold War. Time travel, Yousef sighed, grabbing his bag. Why can't it ever be simple, like drug lords or nuclear terrorists? Because the universe isn't simple, Yousef. It's a mess. I lead the way to the door. And we're the janitors.